Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediacode.com today. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl, MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and MzWTT, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Hey, y'all. Let's jam out real quick. It's Thursday. Let's go. Y'all check this out. This is Mandy, y'all, from the group Her Story. Let's go. Get your drink. We have a lot to talk about this week. It's been insane. I just had to jam out real quick. If you all know, okay, Mandy was one of my guests that came on a few weeks ago. Oh my God, not a few weeks ago. Lord, what's going on with the time? She came on a few months ago with the group Her Story. And she has, broken out. This is Mandy A. Okay, she's got her own single going at this point. So super excited about that. Love Circle is available on all platforms, anywhere where you listen to your music. You all make sure you go and check her out. Okay, that's what's on my playlist this week. And make sure now, y'all know I got a Blueprint Live playlist. Okay, the playlist is available on Spotify, okay, exclusively through there. So any artist that's come on the show from the time I started until now, y'all, the playlist is off the chain. It's completely off the chain. So make sure you all go and follow that. I am super excited about tonight's show because y'all, y'all know we are in week 6 of 6 weeks of financial wellness. And today I'm super excited because I have someone that has, she is one of my business sisters. She, y'all, she like is the whole person. Like, she is my tax expert in my life. She is the one that I turn to. And she's also a former sponsor for the Blueprint Live. So I'm super excited. I have Miss Erica Lamb joining me from Tax Strategy. And we are talking about all things today as far as with taxes. But, I'm actually, it's funny because as many times as I've interviewed Erica, whatever the case is, I still find that whenever she comes on the show, I'm like, there's definitely some stuff that I haven't asked her before. So we're going to get all into it tonight. Okay. Shout out to all of my listeners in Chicago, Jersey, Philly, and Houston. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. And shout out to, of course, our radio partners where you can catch, you can catch the show. Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. So all the listeners out there, thank you so much. If you happen to be on the go and you're just like, hey, you know what, girl, I can't catch you live. That's okay. No worries. You can go ahead and you can listen to the Blueprint Live. I always have the episodes up there within about 24 to 48 hours after I air live. So you all can go ahead and kind of catch it later on. Y'all make sure y'all get into it. And last but not least, shout out to my sponsors. Okay. Fiya Infusions, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, Black Dollar Days, and Paris Ice Bar. Remember, Paris, she is your mobile bartender. So you all make sure you get in tune with her. Tonight's show, tonight's topic, what we're going to be talking about, and I know y'all been hearing about it. We'll go ahead and put it on the screen. Have you all heard about what happened to Shanquella Robinson? Um, Very, very tragic story, and it's just like I got some stuff to say because y'all been acting a fool over this case since it's gone public, and I think that we really need to get into it because it's just too much craziness going on surrounding that situation already, and it's the additional input for me that's not needed. But y'all make sure y'all stick around tonight. We're definitely going to be talking about that. um yeah, it's an absolute mess. It's an absolute mess. I got stuff back here doing whatever it wants to do. It's so crazy. I don't know why this stuff acts a fool. Technology. But I have my special guest backstage. So Erica, if you good to go, give me a thumbs up. All right. Hold on. Let me bring in Miss Erica Lamb, y'all. Hey, hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Glad to be here.
Yes. Well, look, Erica, girl, welcome back.
Thank you for
Can you?
having me back.
Can you look? I'm like, is it a delay? Yeah,
I
I
think
was
it's a
saying,
delay.
welcome
It's a
back. I'm
little bit
so
of a
happy to
delay.
have you.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I think it
For
is a
real?
little bit of a delay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to pace ourselves and take our time tonight, clearly.
Yeah.
So, Erica, tell them. I've been promoting you all week, and you are no stranger to the Blueprint Live. Tell everyone a little bit about what you do.
So I am the owner of Tax Strategy, and we've been in business for since 2013. Started in taxes because I knew that it was something needed that I was curious about, and a lot of other folks around me were curious. So we dove in, and we specialize in tax prep and tax debt resolution.
Okay.
That is it. So our main clientele is small businesses, high level entrepreneurs, the folks that are doing startups, as well as folks who've been in business for a while but might have been managing business the wrong way. So we get them on track. Our informed clients have the best tax experience.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been a client of yours for what? Is it
About
going on 4 years?
yeah,
Three.
about
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
When I made that switch, it was so crazy that I was missing out on so many tax benefits because I wasn't informed. And you had shared a story with me when you initially came on the show, like one of the first couple times, about how you actually got into it. So can you just kind of give us a recap of how you got into the tax business?
Yeah. So initially I had my own tax preparer. He passed, and then I decided, okay, to still patronize the business. It was a family-owned business. And the issue that I came across is that when I did it, because everybody goes and tries to do their taxes themselves. When
Yeah.
I did it, I came up with the same number that they did. Like he would always come up with something like extravagant. Like, wait a minute, how did you do this? But he didn't teach his family more of the back end or the education. It was kind of like just regular data entry. Not to knock any other tax offices, but a lot of times preparers are signed on and they just are really just putting in the data the way you hand it to them. They don't ask questions. They don't poke and prod and say, no, wait a minute, what about these deductions? So when I had the same experience, I decided to kind of branch out and learn a little bit more of it myself. And I had also started a business that year. It had nothing to do with taxes. But when I did dive into more on the tax side, learning what I needed to do for my business, I found that the potential refund that I was due was a heck of a lot larger than what I would have normally, received. And a lot of times people say it's refund because you've paid too much into the system. But essentially it's by being a business owner that I was able to make those additional deductions for those expenses that I incurred for business. So that's one thing that I always try to educate people on, that you don't realize the benefits of having a business if you don't know about deducting those expenses. So that was one of the things that helped. And from there, it just skyrocketed. I learned more. I told more people. They said, "Oh, you should just do this." I'm like, I don't want to do anybody's taxes.
Right. Right. Like this is just a
I'm
me
doing
thing.
my own. I'm good with that. But of course, with more education and a lot more education, because I do that every year, it's become my thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious about more stuff, and I'm willing to go on a limb and help folks. So
Yeah. And we always talk about as entrepreneurs like that defining moment, right? Where it's just like,
mhm.
you got to go all in. And I don't think I've ever asked you this before, but it's like what was that time where you like, you know what? I got to go ahead and just jump and make the leap and make this a business.
Because when I first started, I actually was still referring people to another tax professional.
Okay.
'Cause like I said, I really didn't want to start doing people's taxes. I just liked knowing about what I needed to do,
Yeah.
handling it. I shared the information because I'm big on informing everyone. But they just said, "Oh, why don't you just do it? Why don't you just?" I'm like, no, no, no. And when she potentially dropped the ball and
Mhm.
didn't follow up with folks, I was just like, look, okay, you talked me into it. I'll go ahead and take a look at it. And
Okay.
the results were astounding. I was able to save folks a lot of money because a lot of them were also business owners and they had no idea about some of the tax deductions. So we
Okay.
were able to kind of guide them through that process, and they've been longstanding customers.
Absolutely. Well, you got me, okay. And I done sent all of my girlies and everyone. I'm like, y'all better go to Erica with tax strategy. Look, this is my auntie Tracy. She said, "Woo, look who's here."
Hey, Casey.
Yes, yes. Look, another tax strategy client. Y'all better get in tune. Um, Erica, so let's talk a little bit before we give them a little
Mhm,
bit of education. I want to talk for real, because
mhm,
we are approaching the upcoming tax season, right? And this is around the time where people are putting those calls out. They're just like this, "Hey, come
mhm,
on and be a tax preparer. Let's do this. Let's do that." Now, you have some people that are right. They're genuinely interested, right?
mhm.
Genuinely interested in going into the industry. Can you provide any insight as far as what the newcomers should look for when they're looking to kind of partner and learn about the business?
Yes, definitely. Just as you're gonna research or interview a new person that you want to do your own taxes, is the
Hmm.
same way that you'd interview someone that you're looking for guidance in helping you
Okay.
grow, start, grow, and scale your tax business. So you want to make sure you're doing that interview and determining whether or not that's a good fit. Um, doesn't necessarily mean that because they have all the education in the world that it's a good fit for you if they're not going to help guide you through the process based off of your needs. So what I do is I interview folks and let them know, hey, I'm really big on the education aspect. Even with my clients, I'm big on that education. This may not be a great fit for us if you're not willing to sit down, have these conversations, and then also implement.
Yeah.
The education doesn't do anything if you don't implement. And not going to go back and forth, and you constantly owe every year and you're wondering why, and I explain it. So I also prepare them for that because I
Yeah.
hire on tax professionals as well, and so I also prepare them for that so that they can make the best choices for them, who's going to
Okay.
be perfect to train them. There's different programs and everything out there. You want somebody that's going to be able to provide that support.
Yeah, I think that that's really good because I mean, that time is coming where it's just like every other scroll is, oh, learn how to do taxes, and it
Mhm.
seems tempting, but the one thing that I can say that when I did start working with you and working with tax strategy was that um there was just so much that I was lacking. Just as far as the knowledge, specifically as being a business owner. And then, with me, I'm a corporatepreneur, so I do both, and there
Mhm.
was like a lot of different things. And I'm like, man, I'm like, I just knew. I felt like every time before we started working together, I was like, man, I am gonna owe, I'm gonna owe, I'm gonna owe, I'm gonna owe. And then you're just like, no, you're like, you're good. You like, you spend money on this and just different things that I never knew that I could get deductions for or that I could limit my liability. You were able to educate on that, right?
Yeah, and that's pretty much based off of you learning and growing within your business. The more that you do, as long as it's in the name of business or for business, those are things that are considered deductions, especially if they're specifically related to that. Some of our personal things that we would have normally done just for personal pleasure in regards to, say, personal development. Now we are doing professional development, and whether there's conferences or things that you need to do, that's now, considered part of some of that training and education.
So if I go to Dubai, that.
So what would you need to go to Dubai for? I mean, one, are you a travel agent?
No.
Okay. Well, why are you going to Dubai?
Oh yeah, I was going to look at some, materials and things for my business.
Are you going for a business meeting in Dubai? And who are you meeting with, and for what purpose? And
I'm going to meet
parts.
Yeah,
See, that's the other thing. A lot of folks think that it's the entire trip that's included, and all of it's limited to the business aspect. Yeah, there's a couple extra days that you may stay to have fun, but everything business is considered a deduction. And you're away on travel, meals, things like that. Those would be considered, but you need to be very careful with that, because I don't necessarily think a trip to Dubai.
I was just joking. I'm not going there, Erica. But no, I mean this is the thing. I mean, it's a question, right? It's like, okay, I'm like, if I'm going on a vacation, can I write it off?
Yeah, it's kind of like the example I use in regards to somebody buying a yacht and throwing private parties and things like that. Well, you're in the event or that entertainment type of business, and so you may have needed that for that purpose, but that was your business, not for the purposes of, hey, I'm doing flued out. Now I want a yacht. Yeah.
Right. I went over, we went to go on party with them. It's like, baby, that's not a business expense. Do not get caught up with the IRS.
Lavish things are not considered deductions.
Right. Erica, what would you say to the person that knows, okay, and I know you run into this, they know that their tax situation is janky? What would you say to them to motivate them to get the process started? Because I would imagine that after you've gotten so far to that point, it could be a daunting task to try to really get a handle on your tax situation.
Yeah, a lot of times those folks are just really scared to face it, and at some point it's going to come and slap you in the face. So prepare for it ahead of time. I have several folks that have come to me in the recent years saying, hey, they hadn't filed several years returns. They know that they're probably going to owe. How do they handle it? We kind of walk through that process. I now offer tax debt resolution services as well. So it is a matter of, facing it, getting through it, and, kind of walking through that process. It is a little bit of hand holding because, there's documents probably not where they should be. But, you kind of jump on it at some point before it happens where the IRS files your return for you, and then you have to fight that battle. So it's better to tackle it up front. A lot of times people don't realize when they're getting ready to start a business, or they want to now start looking for funding or capital and other things, they're going to want to look at your returns. So you might as well get it started.
I'm noticing that with a lot of the different things as far as like grants and a lot of those things, they want you to upload that, they're like, hey, you need to upload this copy onto here and share that. So it is important if you are looking for different opportunities to have that together. And I think people don't recognize that.
No, they don't recognize it until last minute. And then you'll find that I have had a couple folks come to me saying, hey, now I need to amend my return because I did X, Y, and Z. That's not how that works. So you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way the first time. Yes, there are things that people happen to miss, but they don't miss that many expenses, or they don't all of a sudden, okay, they have this exorbitant amount of income in order to be able to get a property or to get whatever gain they're trying to do. That's not the right or appropriate way to handle that, and it could cause issues on the back end, like a large tax bill.
Look, y'all, if your tax situation is messed up, I need you to get it together right away. I really do. And it's, you know what, Erica, I really love with your business. It's very, very like tailored. It's just like I now know what I need to have prepared to really go into it to make sure it's a smooth process. It's like literally I send all my stuff. I'm like, okay, boop, we're good. We have our meeting, and then it's just like everything is together. And I know from talking to so many people, Erica, that it's just not like that. It's not a smooth transition for them to file every year.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a smooth transition here either, simply because it's not a pickup drop-off service. There are some folks that are able to do that because there's not a business attached. There aren't very many deductions that they're eligible to take. One, because they probably didn't know that they should start certain aspects. And so they may just have a W-2. They may not have any dependents, different things like that. It's pretty straightforward return. You can consider that a drop-off pickup. But for those that are business owners, especially new folks or people that have been in business for a while and just haven't been keeping good records, now we have to go through that education process. Where are these documents? Where's this? I have a checklist that people, fill out. And based on their answers, lets me know, wait a minute, we need these documents before we file. Do you want a high tax bill or do you want us to make these deductions? That's pretty much what I have to ask. So you don't generally get that type of service if it's, drop off pickup, or you just go in with your documentation, you walk out within an hour.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's not a realistic expectation. Look, it does take time.
Been asked what did they do? What did they tell you? Okay. So what about this? And then someone says, oh, they never asked me about that. You mean that I could have written that off too?
Right.
Yeah.
That first year that I filed with you, I was amazed. I was like, I want to go back. And I had the same situation. You and I talked about that. My tax preparer had passed along as, he had passed on. So I'm just, and it was like, it all could just kind of worked out because we were in tune and everything. And it was like, when we had our first meeting about everything, I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, I need to go back. Somebody owes me a check around here. Okay.
A couple of checks.
Several. Okay. It was too much. I just, I almost felt bamboozled. I'm like, you all were, what were y'all doing? Why didn't you add that? Like, and it was like obvious expenses and different things that could have helped me. But
and you had been in business for a while. They didn't ask for anything, right?
By that time, no.
So you don't know what you don't know, and it's not to say or fault anyone in particular, but when you have to do an interview process in order to confirm what it is that person can help you with.
That's right. Well, I'm excited because you are you're capping off the 6 weeks of financial wellness. Okay. Yes, the stars here. So I'm really excited about that. And I know that you and I had just kind of really briefly discussed just kind of sharing some tips with everyone that's tuning in with us and that'll tune in after we air tonight about what are some things that they can do to just kind of get prepped for the upcoming tax year. And this is the thing. We gonna give y'all a little bit. Erica gonna give y'all a little bit, but if you want more, you're gonna have to go ahead and book her. Okay. So Erica, if you want, go ahead and we just kind of share some of the things that you put together. I know I'm super excited to hear it.
Yes. So one of the things that, and it's a little bit of a downer, but people need to be prepared not to get the same types of credits that they received this past year. That's just not going to happen. So we already get that out the way. Don't expect those nice, huge refunds. They don't exist anymore. So after that, you want to make sure that you're maximizing or getting the most back as possible. So you want to present to whatever tax professional all of the information, anything that's changed from year to year. If you didn't initially see that person the previous year, you had a couple of different tax preparers for prior years. You want to make sure that they're aware of what's happened during that time frame, as well as what's changed for the current tax year, so that they know to ask you the appropriate questions. Everything deals with taxes. That's one thing that most people don't realize. You made a home purchase. Okay, taxes. You've sold a home, taxes. Depending on the dollar amount that you sold that home for and when you sold it determines, how much you're going to be taxed. So it's not just that, it's businesses, different things that you do in regards to your retirement plan. If you withdraw any money from your retirement plan, you need to make sure that you come prepared to your tax professional with all of your documents. And when I say all, I mean all. We're not asking for additional information just for our health. That's one
right.
of the things that, oh, I didn't have to provide this to the last person. Well, why aren't you with the last person? The issue is, if I'm asking for things, it's because I need to do due diligence on my end. I need to confirm, because I'm held responsible for that return just as the taxpayer. Now, obviously, the taxpayer is more responsible because they sign off on that. That's what they're stating. They provided me with accurate information. But I need all of the information that is requested in the tax organizer or intake form, as it's called. I need that information because that's what's being asked of me on the tax return. Point blank. So make sure that you're ready and prepared for at least a question to say, hey, I'm missing these documents. Okay, let's go back and get them.
I got a little folder I'll be keeping mine in. I'm like, I got a post and I'm like, okay, I'm looking for this. So as it comes in, I'm like, I'm checking it off on my list so I can have all of that stuff together. And it took some organization, Erica. It did, but you can have it all together. You can.
And you have definitely improved. Look, I don't have to normally ask you for anything extra. It's like, hey, you got it.
Absolutely. So absolutely. Oh, and hold on. I have so Auntie Tracy, she said, I thought you couldn't get the tax credit anymore if you just got a home.
The tax. So what it is like on the Schedule A, there are areas where you put in your property taxes, your mortgage interest, any private mortgage insurance. But the thing is that all of those things that's on that schedule still need to equate to more than the standard deduction. Now, we did get an increase on the standard deduction. Yay. So you're going to be taxed a little less this year due to inflation, right? Or not this year. Sorry, for 2023. But the thing is it weighs. It depends on what it is that you make. There's additional credits that you may qualify for. Just depends on the income. Everything is usually based off of income. If it's earned income, sometimes there's income that you receive that's non-taxable, like my Social Security folks. So the thing is, it just depends on your income, the bracket, and what you are truly eligible for.
Yes. And if you all have any detailed questions related to your personal tax situation, you will have to reach out to Erica separately. Okay, you're gonna have to reach out and book. So yes. She said okay. like girl, I'm gonna need you to contact her after the show. I'm sorry. We didn't mean to cut you off with your tips. So okay, so for those that were listening, okay, we are making sure that we have all of our stuff together. Give them a quick recap, Erica, because I don't know if they hear you tonight.
Number one, don't expect that large refund. Two, all of the documentation, letting your tax preparer know what it is that you've done throughout the year, any new changes, things that you even intend on doing, especially if you're didn't get to add in there the home purchase. If you're looking at purchasing a home within the next few years, a lot of business owners, we have a little bit of a struggle sometimes getting through, but I've partnered with a couple of lenders that are able to kind of work with folks. And so I have a plethora of resources that I send my clients once we get everything, together and squared away. And documentation. That's mainly what we're referring to. All your W-2s, your 1099s, please make sure you're using merchant accounts for your business. I always let clients know. Yeah,
remember when I was riding dirty and
I'm like,
I was using my personal account my first year. I was like, okay, I gotta get a business account. Shame.
Yeah. Separate accounts, separate everything, keep documentation. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Your invoice or the receipt plus the transaction, you want to substantiate all of those records. But most people find that daunting, and that's fine. Just utilize a system, or better yet, get a bookkeeper. That's also a tax deduction. So it's not like, hey, you're willing to spend on marketing, you're willing to spend here and there, but you think that the bookkeeper isn't a deduction as well? Yeah. Yes, that's a deduction. Getting your taxes done. It is. Only on the business side.
100%
deduction. Not your personal, but the business. So, yeah.
Okay. No, just in case y'all was confused, okay? Because I'm like, I know my corporatepreneurs was like, wait a minute, hold up.
No. The business. So get one started.
Now, Erica, I know a few months ago when we did chat, you were gonna be, doing some more events and different things that was catered to more of the educational aspect of the business. Are those some things that we can look forward to for 2023?
Yes, most definitely. We have a couple of freebie sessions, which are called Money Talks, the Money Talks for financial literacy, just like those brief overviews, things that you want to consider and think about. And then the deep dive into like your financial blueprint or financial strategy, if you want, continued education there. But the goal is I promote entrepreneurship. I promote people having businesses, making sure that they are, one, bringing in additional income and, having those tax savings, but also in hiring folks within the community. I know everybody has VAs now, and it doesn't matter if they're remote or whichever, but being able to provide additional jobs for folks because not everybody wants a business. They still need to know how to, maximize any benefits or any tax benefits that they can get. But it's more so on that education piece. There's a lot of folks that don't prepare for retirement. They don't prepare for death in regards to insurance. There are folks who are promoting insurances in the wrong way, I'd say. And, it's a matter of, the education piece. So we pretty much go over that and then connect you to those resources where we want to be a one-stop shop, but we don't handle everything in-house. I do connect with a network of folks that I vetted and trust that, they're able to provide those services as well.
Isn't it great having a strong network?
Yes, it's nice.
It's like, especially for us, like the entrepreneurs, where it's just like we don't have like that big team yet. It's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm gonna bounce this over to you because I know you can help. It's a beautiful thing. And Erica's network is strong, y'all. Okay, it's strong. So y'all better make sure if y'all need some stuff, she literally can help you out. You don't come looking with your hands out. Okay, you need to. Okay, I try to tell America. I'm like, look, now we already giving you the tips to financial wellness. Let's do it. But before you leave me, Erica, I want to know before we close, because the year is coming to a close so quick, right? So quick. How can we support you now as we get ready to transition into the new year? Like, is there anything that's coming up? Anything, just kind of put that call to action out for our listeners tonight.
I would say that and I'm going to put this out there for all tax professionals, right? We really want you to make sure that you have all your documentation together. We really want you. I mean, it's a call. Like we talk amongst ourselves sometimes, and we're just like, okay, if we can just get folks on track, it's okay. We understand that you're not necessarily prepared all the time, or you're not organized, or whichever. But that's one reason why we're here to help. Now, not every tax professional does bookkeeping. Not every tax professional handles all of that stuff in-house. But once you come to us and explain what your needs are, we're supposed to be able to help you in that area, to connect you to those people that would be able to help. It makes our life so much easier if everything is in order. And it's something that can definitely help business owners to be able to get more organized, or to expand their own team, whether it's in-house or they outsource things.
Okay.
So on behalf of all tax preparers or professionals, we definitely want to get people more organized, and it will have a much smoother process.
Yes.
And then we can focus on some of the things that we really love to do. Most of us love educating our clients. So
yes. I look forward to our upcoming session. This was gonna be a little unique, but I'll have all my documentation in order.
awesome. Yeah.
For
You've gotten so great. I mean, the first year and then the second year, you were just like, okay, I think I got this. And you do. You're good.
Yeah. Yes, I had a better grip on things. I don't have as much anxiety. I'm like, girl, just let me know. Do I owe them or not? Like, like, are we cashing out or are we cashing in? What are we doing?
Let me also say that this is something. Once again, on behalf of everyone, we really want entrepreneurs to start making sure that they're paying their estimated tax payments on time. It's a constant battle to have to explain, well, yeah, you're getting this letter in the mail because here's additional penalties and interest added to your bill, your tax bill, because you did not pay them appropriately. A lot of folks who've applied for, say, some of the ERC credit or whichever, they're attempting to do those processes without having the correct things in place. Okay. And one, that would have been payroll. Two, that would have been making sure that your payroll taxes were paid. Three, that you filed those quarterly tax payments. I mean, I have to explain sometimes, no, you didn't do this the right way. You can't just qualify, think that, somebody's throwing out a term and now you're going to run with it and try to run around to everybody to see who can get this done. That's not how it works. You just set up the business the right way. You process everything the correct way. And that's one of the reasons why there's more auditors in place now. So everybody has to run. Yes, they've added more auditors, not to help. They didn't add more IRS agents.
They're trying to tear us down, Erica.
Yeah, they didn't have them to help process the returns. They have them hired to help weed through. Okay, now let's audit and get some of our money back, or make sure that we're on track to collect all of these additional penalties, interest, and stuff when they decide, hey, let's see if this person can substantiate these expenses.
Okay. So. Erica, well, look, you always come through, and it's always a full on lesson. And I mean, you certainly, I love the fact that you're sharing this, with my listeners, because I know that you and I have had so many conversations where you have literally told me these things, and it's been super helpful. I mean, I can sit here, and this is not a soft plug. This is just me giving my friend her flowers right now. But no, Erica, you've definitely been instrumental for me. You've helped some of my loved ones, that, and woo, girl, you helped me with one situation that you already know. Okay. It was crazy, but we got through it, and it wasn't so overwhelming with having someone like you that was by the wayside to just say, hey, look, girl, get it together. So I love that. And I just, as always, I know you're going to continue to keep going up. And I'm so proud of you and so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
For sure. Well, before you leave me, Erica, let them know where they can find you.
Okay, so I'm on Facebook. Personal page is Erica Nicole. The business page is Your Tax Strategy. You can go to the website, yourtaxstrategy.info. Or if you wanted to just immediately book an appointment, you can text tax plan, one word, to 708-734-2929. That's 708-734-2929. Text the word tax plan. You should receive a link to be able to book.
Well, I'm going to be making sure that I share the information on the page for all that tune in, because they're going to need a tax preparer. I'm like, y'all start going to H&R Block and doing all that other stuff. You need a real tax preparer. It's 2023. Get it together. So, but no, Erica, thank you so much for joining me. And, you got to make sure you come back around after, tax season, because I know you're going to be busy. So you got to come back and give us some updates.
Yes, definitely. Definitely will.
Hold on. She said she said this whole financial series has been amazing. Thank you both. Thank you,
Awesome.
Saya.
Awesome.
We try to do what we can. It's what they say last week. It's all about building wealth. So we got to
Yes.
do it.
Well,
We got to do
building wealth and also knowing how to keep it generational.
it. Okay.
Uh,
A word.
not all our kids want what we have built. So being able to protect that for future generations as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Erica, thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing holiday, and
You too.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all make sure y'all get in tune with Erica. Okay. I told y'all, she is the business. This woman is so knowledgeable about everything when it comes to taxes and everything. Like, she really truly is a treasure to have, as far as just if you are looking to like kind of better your situation, if you are looking for a tax preparer, Erica is definitely the one. Tax Strategy is the place. Okay. I'm going to take a really quick break. And when I come back, we have tonight's Hated and Love It. So please stick around, y'all, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. For real. We'll be right back.
The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you. All right, y'all, it's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Hey, y'all, welcome back. It's the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Let's go ahead and get into tonight's Hate It and Love It. For those that are just tuning in, if you missed my interview with Erica Lamb from Tax Strategy, you all make sure you go and follow her. I've definitely tagged tonight's interview, and make sure that you get tuned in with those tips that she gave. We want to make sure that we've got our stuff together so that we can, have the best tax season coming up. Okay. I know y'all excited about tax season. Y'all already been talking about it on social media. Crazy butts. Let's go ahead and get into the Hate It and Love It tonight. So the Love It this week has to be, y'all. So the gala was off the chain. Off the chain. Hold on. Let me get into these comments. What y'all talking about over here? Hey, yes, love you too. Love you too. So the gala that was hosted with it was the Fluent Radio and the Blueprint Media Company. We had the gala at a really, really plush spot in right off the Mag Mile in downtown Chicago. It was really nice. It was good to see all of my Fluent Radio family together. We even had shout out to Miss Shantae Gamble from Mixed Talk Media, where this is another station where the Blueprint Live is syndicated. So, super happy to see everyone. We had a Grammy nominated artist in the building. Okay. It was good. We had it going on. Y'all, we had a whole violinist that was playing like today's music. Okay. Y'all, the way she turned it up, she played that "Let's Get Gone, Walk It Out, Now Walk It Out." Okay. She played the T-Pain, okay, on the violin that night, and it was completely turned up. So shout out to Fluent Radio, shout out to all of the amazing hosts and everyone that's a part of the station, and everyone that came out last Friday, because it was cold as hell, y'all. It was cold as hell outside on Friday, baby. When we was outside with our roaring 20s looking thebomb.com. So that is definitely the Love It this week. Okay, let me see. So this one is not really a hated it. I just feel like I just want to kind of give y'all an update. So it's been a while since I talked about it, but like remember the stuff that happened as far as like with the promotion and different things that was, I was telling y'all that was kind of impending at work. So I've told y'all I like the new person that's there that replaced the other lady that was a little rotten. Ooh, bless her heart, honey. Bless her heart. Uh woo, woo. So I like the new girl. But needless to say, so there was another position that opened up at our headquarters for a GM position. And the new person that's there, she, definitely expressed that she wanted to go for it. So she went for it, right? And at the time, she thought that it was just going to be her and this guy. So he's a little bit of a brown noser. He's sweet though. He's a sweet guy. She thought that the competition was going to be him. Baby, let me tell y'all. Oh wait, this might be a love it. Let me tell y'all. So y'all know it with the business that I work in. I'm in commercial real estate, but we do we have retail locations, we have residential, we have commercial, we have all different types of properties that you can think of. And y'all want to know who got the position that she ended up going for? Do y'all want to know? Woo, it was a bodacious Black woman from the residential side of the business. Woo, and when I tell you they was salty. They was so salty up in there. Oh my gosh, how did she get it before me? Da-da-da-da. I'm like, she's been a general manager for a few years. She's been a general manager. She's super qualified for it. So, when I saw it, I was like this. Okay, sis. I see you with the promotion. I wasn't even mad. I was just like this. I was sitting there I'm like, okay. I'm like, girl, you got to show like some type of empathy. You got to show some type of sympathy. You got to show something. Okay. And I couldn't do nothing. I was just like this. I'm like, oh man. I was like, well, that's unfortunate that you didn't get it. Because see, for me, I had already accepted my fate. See, when you are in corporate America and you know that you might be with a company that, they might say out their mouth that they're for the advancement of their people, but you may only notice advancement in certain categories. Somebody can feel me on this. When you see somebody that look like you that win, it's a win for everybody. I'm like, not only did this Black woman get the position, she got it at our headquarters. Okay, she is gonna be the head BIC. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay, so I was sitting there and I'm just like this. I did feel bad because it was just like, she didn't know. Well, she wasn't aware of how the company did me, my manager now. She wasn't aware of how they did things as far as with me until her and I had a conversation. And the one thing I could say about her that I really love is that she expressed that it was so messed up. And she was, upset about the fact that of how they did me, because, what sparked the conversation was, and I'm gonna just put these comments up. Yes, we are saying yes for the young lady that got the position. Okay. She said, did you get it? No, Auntie, this wasn't on me. This was for somebody else. She said, exactly. That's great. Hey, Lynn, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it was just, it was a win. But I ended up having the conversation with my manager. This was a couple months ago, and she's just like, check out what she said, y'all. And she, bless her heart, because she didn't know. She said, why didn't you try to go for the AP position? Like, you do everything in here anyway. You know everything. She's like, literally, if you left today, everything would crumble. And I was just like, oh, I'm like, well, yeah, about that. Like, I did actually go for it. And when we had a conversation and we put the stories together, we recognized that it was like upper management that was the one that was kind of on BS a little bit. So I knew that she was super salty when she got passed up for this particular position. And the crazy part about it was, I'm gonna say the hated it aspect of it was this. I'm happy for my sis that did get it. Okay. Don't know this woman at all, but I'm definitely going to congratulate her. But they told my manager that she was too quiet. And that was why she didn't get the position. And I don't know. Like, it's like then you have people like me that are a little bit too loud, right? I'm just like this. I'm going to say what I need to say. It's funny. I was having a conversation with Anthony this morning, and I was telling him, like, my manager had said something crazy, and I was just like, girl, because I had told my manager, the AP, I was like, girl, I'm like, these vendors and these customers be real rude. Like, our tenants be real rude. Like, they just come through the email, child, don't even get no salutations. They don't say nothing. They just real rude. But then when they reach out to y'all, they like, hi, good morning, good afternoon. So my PM, she's like, well, I don't do that either. And I was just like, girl, I'm like, well, we know your ass is rude. You've been rude. That ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. You've been rude. She like, what? I can't, so when I'm telling Anthony the story, he like, you said that? I'm like, yes, I told her she was rude. She is rude. Like, I'm not gonna bite my tongue, but they passed her up for that promotion because they said that she was too quiet. And it's just like, being a woman in corporate America is its own struggle, but we know, like, being Black, that's it's a little bit different. Being a person of color it presents this level of challenges. Okay, so it really does, and that's just the honest to God truth. She said, y'all laughing. I'm being for real. So yeah, my love it. Just to round it up, I'm gonna have to say that my love it sometimes is just seeing, oh, this is gonna sound so bad, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Don't cancel me. But when you see the privileged being treated a little bit like the regular, and I'm gonna leave it straight like that, okay? I'm gonna leave it straight like that. Now, I mentioned that with tonight's topic that we were going to be talking about the Shanquella Robinson situation, the tragedy that struck for that young lady. Super crazy situation. And what I wanted to say as far as with my hated it, to kind of cap off this week's Hated and Love It, is that as I was reading the story and when I went into the comments and just different things to just kind of see, I always like to get some different perspectives. I didn't appreciate the fact that these people were kind of, in a sense, victim shaming Shanquella for going out of town or going out of the country with her quote unquote friends. When we see something bad that's happening to someone else, or that has happened, or there's been some type of tragedy, we have to make sure that we're not just jumping immediately down the throat of the person that was affected, because that is very, very, very harmful. Okay. And I would say that that's probably the one thing that I hate to see. Like when, we discussed a couple weeks ago when the tragedy struck as far as with Takeoff from the famous group, the Migos. You all have to stop. Like if they wanted to go and have drinks or shoot a little dice or do whatever it is that they want to do, everybody should be able to go and do the things that makes their heart happy without having any negative impacts. Okay. If you as a woman want to go out and you want to wear a fitted dress and you want to show some cleavage and show your thighs and show whatever, that doesn't mean that you want to go and have someone sexually assault you. Like it literally makes no sense when people immediately jump to blaming the victim of a situation, especially when they lost their life in the midst of it. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's my hated it this week. And the people that are doing that, you definitely get to do better. Then let's go with the last one. So I've been seeing a lot of this, and I want my big girls to chime in with me. Okay. I don't know what it is this week, and I don't know what it is about my timeline or maybe the people that are on my friends list. But I'm going to need y'all to stop coming for the big girls. Stop coming for the big girls, Okay? Okay? I've been seeing a lot of it, and I've actually been a little bit surprised because some of my friends that's on there, I'm just like this. But your mama and your auntie and them is plus size too. Ooh! Let me get my drink. Y'all got to stop talking about the big girls. Because let me tell you what the big girls and the big men, okay? Because the BONs, the plus size voluptuous vixens, okay? No one is worried about how you looking. I've been seeing the shade. Yeah, when we graduated high school, no, we not going to be the same weight that we was in high school. Some of us are, some of us are not. I'm a part of the not side. Look, Be worried about what you like and what you got going on. There's no need to jump on other people. And I just, instead of, I'm not that person that's going to be combative with anybody online. When I see the foolishness, I just politely keep scrolling, because I ain't got time for it. Felice, hey, happy Thursday, sis. Shout out to Felice. Shout out to Determined Radio, the Orchestration Radio. Shout out to my good sis. And sis, tell Stacy I said, what's up? Yes, Auntie Tracy, and okay, yeah, I saw the stuff online, and then I even had like another situation that kind of like happened, like personally, where there were just like some comments made that just really didn't make any sense, and I'm like, y'all got to stop being concerned about the big girls, because the only thing we concerned about is keeping ourselves together and living our best life, and y'all over here worried about us, like what you don't like, somebody else do. Okay, and we just gonna keep it like that. Yes. Hey, my good sis. I'm gonna take a really quick break, and when I come back, y'all. So this, what would you do? This girl needs our help, y'all. Okay, this is a life-altering situation. So I need you all to go ahead and stay tuned with me. We just gotta take a real quick break, and when I come back, we'll have that. What would you do? I'll be right back.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, with early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. Let's get into this What Would You Do? But before we do that, Auntie Tracy, you posed a really good comment and a comment as far as for the last part for Hate It and Love It. So talking about like, our plus size people, she said, is love different when you're small as opposed to being fuller figured? I mean, I was about to say something that was going to be a little bit too X-rated. No, I don't think that it's a difference. I don't think it's a difference. But yeah, it's just like the love, the relationship, the commitment, all of those different things, your attraction, all of that. It's just like, it's whatever you're into. Everyone is into whatever it is that they are into. So it doesn't matter, what that is. I think it's just about those personal preferences. But with our personal preferences, you can have those things without offending the people that you may not, have like that type of attraction to, or, it's like, it's no need to talk about somebody or do any of those things. Like, it's just like, it's not really a difference. It's not. So that was a good question. That was really good, Auntie Tracy. So let's get into this. What would you do? So this young lady, y'all, okay, she's got a little bit of a situation. So let's help her out. She said, is it dumb to switch to a lesser paying job for your significant other? My significant other is moving to a different city and wants me to move with him because he can't afford it alone. But for me to move, I will have to switch to a lesser paying job as it's in a smaller city where there isn't as many high paying jobs as in my current situation, or excuse me, my current location. He wants to move just because he wants to. He doesn't really have to move. I want to be with him, but I have some worries, like regretting leaving my current job where I'm getting a better salary and have room to grow. He guilt trips me when I voice my worries by saying stuff like, "You're not going to let me down, are you?" Ooh. "I thought I could trust you." My friends think it's dumb to risk my career for someone else. What would you do? Ooh, girl. Baby. Okay. Mm. As for me, as for me, see, she said this was her significant other. Okay. And for me, I know y'all probably like, oh girl, not to bring up the married thing or whatever the case is. But if you just my boyfriend, you're just my boyfriend. I don't know if I'm going to just pick up my life and go to a place that there's not a lot of opportunity for me. That's just me personally. I feel like that if, you know, I don't think I would be able to do it personally. You know, if my husband, you know, if he were to come to me now, you know, he works for you know, a company that they have different locations around the US. If he's just like, "Hey, there's an opportunity here, let's go and do that." You know, I'm in a little bit of a different industry, so I can kind of go and really kind of get in where I fit in. But even in that circumstance, I don't know if I would just up and leave like that. Me personally, I would have to make sure that I have kind of checked out the situation. And it's just like, I need you to go out there and make sure that the pastures are already green. You can't be pulling me into no mess and pulling me into no stress. Okay. That's just some of my thoughts. Let me get into what Lynn said. She said, without more info and not married, stay here. I agree. I just feel like, you know, and then it's like he does not even have an actual need to have to go out there. It's not like he's been transferred from his job or anything like that. And to me, I feel like that, you know, in situations like that, that's when the person that you're with is really gonna kind of show you you know, what they're about. And I mean, I even look at a situation. So anyone that kind of knows like how a little bit about like my younger years. So my parents are both from Chicago. My dad was in aeronautics. So if you don't know what aeronautics is, my dad, you know, worked on planes, and he did that throughout his career. He was a an aircraft technician. So he would, you know, work on all the planes and get them ready. So, you know, all those people that you kind of see that's in the wing, my dad was definitely a part of that crew. So shout out to him. He did that. And then my mother, you know, was a nurse, you know, and but before my mom became a nurse, you know, she got into her career a little bit later on in life. You know, naturally she worked, you know, she had a little bit of flexibility, but we lived in Chicago for a little bit, and then my dad working for you know, United Airlines, he was given an opportunity to you know, take his skills and his experience to Vallejo, California. And that's where I live. That's where we, you know, we grew up at. But before myself and my mom, before we went to join him in California, my dad went out there, and my dad worked, and he, you know, he went out there to basically kind of like vet the situation and get everything together and get things in order, so that when my mother and I came to California, when we came to Vallejo, you know, basically we would be set. You know, he went out there to make sure that, you know, the grass is green, honey, and the water is fine. And, you know, I think that, like, you know, my mom's not here, but I think that, you know, like for her, I would imagine that she was just kind of like, yeah, you know, I'm about to go. You know, this is my husband. This is my child's father. You know, he's gone to do this. He's got a good job. You know, I mean, like I said, he was an aeronautic mechanic. Okay, baby, this is not just your regular car engine. This is a whole plane that transports people every day. And my dad was skilled in it. I mean, hella degrees, like all types of stuff. Like I literally tell him now that he's retired, I'm like, you should go and be a professor and go and teach these young people, because even in his field, there's not a lot of, you know, people of color like that. You know, it is, but it's far and in between. situations like that, you know, for me, if I was in my mom's shoes, yeah, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and pack my bags. I'm about to go out here with you, because he had the situation and he went out to make sure that everything was fine before he relocated his entire family to go out there. I feel like that without certain commitments and without certain things like that, it's gonna be a no for me. Let me get into what Keita said. She said she's not wrong if she decides to put herself first. I completely agree. If you know that going into this situation is going to bring you down, sometimes, okay, you have to choose you. You have to choose you. This man has no business need to go out there. He just has a desire to go and to be, you know, to be in a new space and to do all of that. And while that's all fine and dandy, that's not going to work. And for me, it raises several red flags, because this was the part that got me. He said he guilt trips me when I voice my worries by saying stuff like, "You're not going to let me down, are you? I thought I could trust you." It's giving narcissist. It's giving one-sided. It's giving a lot of that, because how am I going to let you down? Why are you moving out there and you can't even afford it? Like, I got the bag here. The bag is not where you trying to go. I can't help you. I can't help you if you leave. You my man, but it's just like, are you my man for real? Are you my man for real? Or is it still getting the single ladies? I don't know. Auntie Tracy said, yes, Z could drive a plane. Yeah, Dad he knows how to do all of that stuff. And I'm pretty sure if you put him in the seat, he could still do it. Still do it. Cold-blooded. I mean, Auntie Tracy, is it really cold-blooded? Is it really cold-blooded to put ourselves first? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because my whole thing is, you pick your life up, you go and move, you go and do all this other stuff for somebody that seems like he's a little self-centered and a little off-key, because he's going out here knowing that he can't afford it, okay? That ain't no man that can lead me. How about that? What did Jill Scott say? As a man, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. Okay? A real man is going to lead. Okay? A real man is going to lead. A real man is going to create some stability. He's going to have some credibility. Okay? In terms of with things. And he's not going to lead you into a situation that will essentially take you back steps that you've already moved past. Anybody that's in your life as a significant other, because we have to be very careful with that word too. Everybody ain't significant, okay? Everybody ain't your significant other. They your other, but they might not be that significant. So I mean, I'm just saying, that's not a man that could lead me. You don't have a plan. You literally need me to enact your plan. And then you're not even making sure that in that process that you're cultivating an environment where I'm going to thrive too. Anyone that's your man that is just strictly focused on their own self-development, and they're not focused on your development as a couple, as an empire, as a situation of what you all have together, I just don't know if that's somebody that I'm going to allow to lead me out of my good, high-paying job, okay, in an area where I've already established myself. So that's that. Keita said, it's giving I ain't going vibes. Girl, it's giving, let me help you pack your stuff. I'll come and visit you on holiday. Okay? Lynn said he's trying to put his daydreams first. I completely agree. Like, this is a man without a plan. This is not a man with a plan. This is a man without a plan. And the fact that he needs her to be directly attached to it, if he was serious about it, he would have his own things, in order to make sure that it's just like he's having her to come out and she's going to be just as comfortable and just as stable as she is in their current state. Okay, come on now. Auntie Tracy said, "I meant your dad is cold-blooded." Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He does, and he went and he did that. Dad was out there for a little while. Like, I would have to get all of like the details, but essentially he did go and make sure that things were, you know, kind of at least in order. They may not have been 100%, okay? Because my parents, I mean, you know, my parents will always joke, you know, y'all got young parents, and we did. You know, compared to a lot of my girlfriends, a lot of their parents and different things are a little bit older. So my parents were very young doing things, but he went and made sure that it was good enough to relocate his family, okay? And most women, you know, and women, you know, because we move into our soft girl era, okay? You want your man to be stand up like that. If you gonna follow him and you gonna allow that man to be the real head of the household and to lead you, okay? He gonna lead you and lead y'all family. Even if y'all don't have no kids and it's just you and him, he want to live life with you. He's gonna cultivate a good environment for you. That's it. Without your assistance, okay? Auntie Tanya said, if it looked like a duck, walk like a duck, and talk like a duck, it's not a chicken. Trust the gut. Clearly, you know, you can just kind of tell from the tone of this, she's going back and forth, because it's like, isn't it crazy what love will make you do? Love will have you like, do I pack up all my stuff and go? What do I do? What do I do? You know, I can remember even early on in my relationship, my husband stayed downstate. And even though that was only a couple hours away, you know, when it was like the question of, okay, are you coming back up here? Do you want me to go down there? I'm like, you're not my husband. You're not, you know, like we're working on having a super committed relationship and moving forward and having longevity. But like we aren't there yet for me to just say, hey, you know what? Screw everything. My friends, my family, my school life, my career, the things that I'm building up here. Let me go and move 2 hours away with you. And that was just 2 hours. But I'm just like, I think we should see one another and, you know, and then, you know, kind of work it out from there. And it worked out because he ended up coming back up here because, you know, I think as a couple, you have to look at the dynamics of everything as a whole, right? So even in my situation, I'm like, there's not going to be as many opportunities, you know, although the cost of living is a little bit cheaper, so is the earnings that you're going to have in that area too. So it just doesn't really seem like, it's not going to be the best situation, but you're making those decisions as a couple. So as a couple, we were able to just kind of say, well, you know what? I'm like, look, hey, we're going to rock, and I'm going to rock with you while you have to go away or you have to finish things downstate. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to join you because it just does not seem like it's going to be a good situation for me to come down there and do that. That would be me taking a step back, you know, and as women, especially as women, we're kind of taught to put our needs to the side. And I mean, you know, ladies, I know y'all feel me. I mean, especially like women that are mothers already, like you are constantly it's a constant battle of like choosing yourself versus choosing all of these other different people and entity and different things, you know? So we got to look out for us. Sis is asking these questions because she knows that this is not the move. It's just not the move. It's not. Auntie Tracy said he might get her out there and show who he really is. Oh, let me take a sip on that. Ooh. Auntie, they wasn't ready for that. Because his comment about you're not going to let me down, I thought I could trust you. Okay. I think with this one, we can go ahead and wrap it up. I mean, it seems like that maybe she should just stay. I think she should just stay. Stay in her home state and stay at her job. Because, baby, let me tell you, if he counting on you to go out there to make it right, he ain't gonna be out there long anyway. And if you still want him after he go and he come back, I'm pretty sure he gonna be available, sis. So that's all right. That's all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's what I would do. I'm gonna stay put. I ain't got time for that. We're going to take a really quick break. And then when I come back, we've got tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. We'll be right back.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the
Hey y'all, it's your girl MzMetchi checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. Let's go ahead and get into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. If you have not already, make sure that you're following me on all platforms, okay? MzMetchi. Make sure you're following MzMetchi and the Blueprint Media Company. Just type in at the BP Media Co. and you can find us everywhere, okay? Couple different things, some updates. So I was a little saddened today. Y'all, Nancy Pelosi, she just stepped down as the Speaker for the House. They done got my girl to step down. Upsetting me and my homegirls. Okay? That's what they doing. Y'all done terrorize her husband and did all of that stuff. Y'all wrong. Okay? Okay. I'm very, very sad to hear about that. And then it's just like people cracking on her. They like, she need to retire. She need to do this. Y'all need to mind y'all business. Okay. Y'all done had Nancy. Nancy was a eloquent speaker. I didn't appreciate when they did that one thing and they all was wearing the African garments. That was a little weird for me. But they was kneeling and doing all that. I'm like, baby, what y'all doing? Get the white folks off the floor. What y'all doing, baby? What are you doing? But needless to say, that's something that's been going on. We just voted recently, and it's kind of crazy what's going on. They got different people that have won in states, and they're really shifting a lot of the seats as far as that's concerned. And I don't think we talk about it enough, and I think that we should. So that's what's happening and what's up in the streets as far as that's concerned. So Nancy, girl, I mean, she done been through a lot, baby. She done been through a lot up in there just over the last few years. Okay. So I can't even be mad at her. I'm sad about it, but I can't be mad at Nancy at all. Okay. Another thing that I saw, I thought was super funny. And anyone that, if you, you tune into the New Year's Eve celebrations that happen on TV. So CNN will cut back on New Year's Eve on-air drinking. And some are pointing to last year's events as the reason. Okay. You all know CNN, that's where Don Lemon is, and it was Chris Como and Andy Cohen, okay, Anderson Cooper, all of the fun ones. And I always will do the countdown with like their ABCs or your WGNs, whoever's broadcasting on like our local cable channels. But I do find myself flipping back and forth if I'm at home, which I have been for the last few years, and flipping back and forth in between those channels and CNN. And baby, when I tell you Don Lemon gives me life, honey, he is the most lit. He is the most lit. Hold on, wait. I just tell you, she said, man, it was Andy. He turned up. Did y'all hear his speech about Rudy Giuliani last year? They were off the chain. But check this out. So this was the funny part about this story, y'all. They want to curb the on-air drinking, but Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen will still be able to drink on air. Okay. So it's been like a little bit of like, some uproar as far as that, because it's just like, wait a minute. I'm like, Andy was the one that was probably the most turned up last year. So how is he still able to drink? But y'all not gonna let Don drink? Y'all not gonna let John, not Don have a cocktail? Like it's giving, I don't like that. Lynn said they were lit last year. Lynn, cuz they are lit every year on CNN. Every year. And it was just like, Don is really the one. Baby, one year he just like, look, he like, I'm looking for a boo. He has made out on camera before. Andy and Anderson was doing shots last year. They did a shot every hour leading up to the new year. If anybody peeped that. The shots was going crazy. Super crazy. Super crazy. Okay. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad to see that. I feel like that, a lot of the times in the professional world, they, it's like that is day one day at CNN that those people can show up and be authentically themselves, and they are like literally taking that away from them. And I'm like, I'm so sad. I'm sad for y'all, because we love Don Lemon with a good cocktail. Okay. We love everybody with a little bit of drink in their hand on New Year's Eve. That's the time. It's like, what a time to be alive, right? You get to see the start of a new year. CNN, I'm gonna need y'all to let them drink. Okay. We want them to be just as lit as they were last year. Okay. For those that follow along with oh my gosh, I don't even want to say the name, but Blueface and Krishan, honey. Did y'all hear that Blueface was recently arrested for attempted murder? Blueface, y'all. Blueface. The one that Krishan has tattooed all over her body. She gets a new tattoo every week. The rapper was taken down and cuffed Tuesday outside of Lolo's Chicken and Waffles in Vegas. It appears that it was an undercover operation. Okay. Eyewitnesses tell the officers that it was about 6 to 8 officers that were on the arrest, and they were all parked in unmarked cars. They piled on top of him to detain him. And Krishan Rock, who is his girlfriend that professes her love for him every 2 seconds, she was there, and everyone was just kind of looking like, what's going on? What's going on? He has been recently released, but what is going on? Like, it's, for me, it's like, I don't understand the rich people that are involved still with criminal activities. Like, okay, let me go ahead. Tanya said nothing good happens at Lolo's. Oh, see, Auntie, I haven't been to Lolo's now. And judging by, let me know if it's worth it. Let me know in the comments if it's worth it to go and get some chicken from now. Because it just seemed like it's a little bit too much going on. But yeah, needless to say, he got picked up for those charges. And I mean, when you get to a certain place in your life, you have to get out of that lifestyle. Okay. You cannot be around here in the public eye and still being on some thug stuff. That is not the move. It's just not the move. What? We're done with that. Some news that I thought was a little crazy, and those that were that no. Check this out. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield are going to be launching Holy Ears, which is a cannabis infused edible. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield to launch Holy Ears, a cannabis infused edible. Now, for those that are tuning in or that will tune in with us later on, those that know that Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear. And now, who would have thunk that all of these years later, they will be coming out with a product together. And a cannabis infused edible at that. The news writes itself. the news writes itself. That one was so wild to me. Like, I was just like, oh, they coming out with a product together. Make it make sense. Cuz said they feel entitled. Lynn, yes, those celebrities that are acting up out here in the streets, they do. They feel like, oh, I can do whatever I want to do. I won't pay for it. I'm a celebrity. And it's like, baby, you are still a citizen in the United States of America. America. Okay. Yes, Auntie Tracy, they're coming out with some infused edibles, some cannabis infused edibles. So for all of the cannabis lovers out there, when that launches, you guys have to tell us how it went. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, Mike Tyson already has like a line of different like wraps and different things that you can utilize for those that do marijuana. So he already has that. So this is certainly in line. I just thought that it was completely crazy that they were talking about it. So another story, you all remember the name. Y'all remember Paris Hilton? I know y'all remember Paris Hilton. So I recently saw a story on B. Scott where her mother, check this out. Check out how her mama threw her under the bus or tried it. She tried it. Her mother basically said that, Paris Hilton is having problems with having kids and all types of stuff. And, just kind of like, I guess to an extent was putting her business out on Front Street. And Paris Hilton came back and said that basically she's just like, I don't know where this woman got this from. I don't know why she's saying these things, totally refuting all of those, that hoopla that Kathy Hilton was putting out about her daughter. And it's just like, y'all, what y'all have to stop doing, the public, okay? Y'all got to stop like making comments for people that are either trying to have kids or that don't have kids yet and to do different things. Like, you never know what someone is going through, or you never know their journey as far as with things. So you have to be mindful as far as that when you're having conversations. Or in her case, I mean, the Hilton family is well known, they're known all over the world. They're not just like your local family or whatever the case is, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is just news in California or something like that. When you say things like that, it spreads to the masses. Y'all have to mind y'all business. It's funny because I was talking to my auntie and I'd be telling her, I'm like, girl, when people now when they ask me about like my journey, my husband and I's journey, I'm just like, mind your business. Like, I don't say it more so like that, but I'm just like, depending on who it is that asks, I may be transparent. I may tell them, what's going on my side. And to other people, I'm just like, it's in progress. And I just be real snippy like that. Cause it's just like, you don't know somebody's walk to be asking them questions. And for me, it's always the people that ask you and make it a big spectacle, honey, a big spectacle. Like, to give an example, this, my nephew's birthday, friend of the family, we won't name her or whatever the case is, but in front of everyone, she's just like, so Demetria, when y'all gonna have a baby? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you getting up there. I'm like, BSCCH. I'm like, honey, did you just ask this over an entire table of people? I'm like, girl, you don't know my walk. You don't know my journey. Okay. It's in progress. I'm having a good time practicing. Kathy Hilton was wrong for what she did to her daughter. It was straight up bogus. Okay. We're not doing stuff like that. We're not doing it. She said his mom's broke. Hold on. People pay for news. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so, Auntie Tracy. This is the Hilton family. I don't think she like that. Auntie, I know you feel me. People just be so ignorant. Like, like then for her that was her mama that did that to her. Oh, that upset me and my homegirls as well. Okay. I'm going to take a really quick break. That was tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. When I come back, we're going to jump into tonight's topic. Just kind of really briefly touching on the Shanquella Richardson, not Richardson, excuse me, the Shanquella Robinson tragedy that just took place. So I want to go ahead and delve into that. But first, let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'll be right back.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Let's go ahead and hop into tonight's topic, okay? We're going to try to take it there. A little bit of a trigger warning for anyone that is tuning in tonight. Talking about the Shanquella Robinson tragedy that just struck. If you have been on social media, you watch the news, I'm sure that you have seen the story of what happened to this young lady. In a search for answers, Robinson's parents reported their daughter's death to the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI. According to her family, a recent video made rounds on the internet and allegedly shows Robinson being beaten inside of a hotel room. They weren't able to verify the time that, everything went on, but essentially Shanquella, her friends frantically called her mother and told the mother that she, was ill. They couldn't find a pulse. They, believed that she was experiencing some different things from alcohol poisoning, out in Mexico. She was experiencing those things. And, ultimately Shanquella did pass away. She passed away. And the mother, I ended up seeing the clip that from the news that was in the Charlotte area that, the mother was basically saying that each friend that called had something very different to say. They had something different to say as far as their accounts of what was actually going on with Shanquella at that time. And, of course, it sounds odd, and naturally, her mom knew like, hey, something is really off with this situation. All of the friends flew back into the U.S. They flew back. They left Shanquella down there. Her mother had to spend, a pretty large amount to get her transported back into the U.S. and ultimately figure out what was going on. When Shanquella's mother did reach out, and they got the autopsy, they discovered that she had, her neck was broken. She had all of these different bodily injuries, but that was not indicated as her, cause of death. They tried to, say that it was the alcohol. And then you have this video that starts making its rounds showing the incident where she was just being beaten by the very friends that she was on the trip with, and it was guys and it was girls, according to that, it was a semi-large group of them traveling together. And the whole situation is unfortunate, right? And it's like when you look at situations like this, there's always that conversation that comes up of watch your friends, watch the company that you keep, and different things like that. But it's kind of similar to what we talk about a lot of the times with the what would you do's, in terms of like, you know, and Auntie Tracy said it earlier, people kind of showing their true colors. You know, sometimes you may not recognize that, you know, you're not going to see that an apple is rotten, you know, sometimes, unless you cut it open, right? You know, unless you kind of like delve in a little bit. So I just feel like that with this situation, it's just really unfortunate, because you can't, when you're traveling or when you have your friend group or people that you love and that you're cool with, you're not thinking in your mind of, hey, this person is going to do something really, really bad and really horrible to me. You know, you're thinking about them and with love and endearment and compassion and all of these different things. And I know for me, probably one of the, you know, like the disturbing things, you know, with the story is just like the feedback that's coming from the public. It's absolutely disgusting how, you know, and I spoke about it earlier as far as with the hate it and love it, the victim shaming. Oh, she should have known about those friends, and she should have known that. That has got to be some of the most ignorant commentary in relation to that. Her mother is hurting. Her family is still searching for answers. The whole FBI has been involved with this. Okay. This is not like a situation that, you know, is small. There's so many unanswered questions. And it's just like when people go and they're making these ludicrous comments about situations like this, or they're trying to say, oh, watch your friends and all this other stuff. You should be doing that anyway. Like, let's stop stating the obvious, right? It's just a little bit too much. And it's just like my heart hurts for, you know, that those were her moments. The fact that she probably thought that she was in good company. And, you know, because at the end of the day, for me, like, all I know is that if I'm traveling with a group of friends and something happens to my friend, they're hospitalized, they're sick, or they're doing whatever, I'm not hopping back on the flight. We not leaving unless we leaving together. Okay. Even more disturbing, some of the people that were actually there that were on the trip, including the one person that everybody seems to, you know, all of our Facebook FBI agents, that they think that they were, you know, like this one particular guy was involved. They've been making videos and they've been talking about it. Like, oh, you know, they've been having some commentary as far as that's concerned. It's like, you talking about it, but you at home and you safe and sound. Y'all left y'all friend out there. Your friend. It's just disturbing all around. Let me get into Lan's comment. She said they need to charge the person who beat her like that and the person videotaping it. That was awful. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I try not to talk about things on the show if I haven't like researched it or saw different things. And I you know, ended up going on Twitter because I was like, you know, I wanted to look for just a little bit more information in relation to this story. And of course, the first thing that popped up was the unfortunate video of the incident of the actual, you know, when they were putting their hands on her, and the way that, you know, it was just very violent. It was very violent. And the person that was videotaping is just like, oh, you're not going to fight back. And it's just like, you know, you got to have a real bully mentality to like continue to pick on and pick with somebody that literally is not doing anything. They can't even like defend themselves. They're just kind of like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? So, cause I agree. I definitely feel like that the person that was beating them on the video, beating her on the video, which, because I couldn't tell if well, we could tell that it was a woman by the voice, but baby, it looked like a guy. That's just what the people were saying. Okay, don't charge it to me. They definitely need to be held responsible. No way that they should skate away with this. Like, this can't be another situation where they let this fall to the wayside because this is another, you know, another Black girl. Because let's be honest, like, our cases don't really receive all that. They're not going to treat this, you know, we're going to talk about it, but it's like, are they going to give this the same intensity like how they did the Gabby Petito case? You know, I mean, I'm sure that we can name some other ones that were treated with a little bit more severity than this one. So I'm really hoping that they do their due diligence and that they can get this mother that is grieving over the loss of her daughter. Like, no parent, like, even I'm in my 30s, right? And even when you know, I go out of town, or my husband and I'm going with my whole husband, you know, my dad is like, you know, let me know when you get there. Send me your arrangements, send all of that stuff. Call me when you get there. So, you know, I could be roaming, but it's like, no matter where I'm at, when I went to Costa Rica, I'm like, let me, you know, let my dad know I made it. You know, like, I'm good. I'm finna video chat them. Like, I'm not a parent yet, but I can't imagine that, like, you talk to your daughter. This woman said that she talked to her daughter and they had a chef there that was supposed to be making them some food. And then she never spoke to her daughter again. That has got to be a parent's worst nightmare. Like, your baby is out the country. Your baby is not here in the US. They're not in the same state as you. They are gone. And you speak to them and then you don't speak to them anymore. And then you're getting all of these different conflicting stories from the people that are there with her. Because let's be honest, when we ride out together as a group, I don't care if it's family or friends. I don't care if I'm going on a work retreat with my coworkers. If we ride together, we're gonna stay together. We're gonna do the things that we need to do. Okay, to make sure that everybody that we came with, that everybody gets back home in one piece. Okay. That's just what we have to do. Let's see. John said, what did John say? Will I ever find true love in this godforsaken town? I can't even get arrested in this place. The birds are really fun. What? Oh my God. Oh, okay. All right, John. I mean, okay. Okay. Y'all, I mean, John say he's single. So John say y'all better hit him up. Okay. John say he's single. So y'all better hit John Bill Clinton Smith up. Okay. He said he's with all of that. You know, Amber Heard, now she's single. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, if that's what you into, baby, that's what you into. Okay. So y'all get it, John, if y'all single and y'all looking. But back to tonight's topic. You know, I can understand from this situation that it can trigger some different conversations about, you know, how we can collectively as a group keep one another safe and keep everybody, you know, on the same page. I can understand that, but it's just like, we have to move away from the victim shaming. We have to move away from like that conversation of, because, you know, this situation ain't do nothing but the people that be staying to themselves. It just made them more amplified. Like, this why I don't deal with nobody in the first place. If you don't have no friends, and you don't have no people that you could trust, you don't have no group that you could travel with, you know what I'm saying? Also do a check-in with yourself and do some reflection, because everything ain't always on everybody. I mean, because I can say the same thing. There's people that I have traveled with that, you know, we may not travel again with each other, but I'm just like, hey, I enjoyed my experience while I was here. I had a good time. It's all good. I'm not tripping about that. So, you know, this situation was unfortunate, but I think if nothing else, that we need to keep the Robinson family uplifted and, you know, and our prayer, you know, our prayers and in our thoughts at this time, because to lose someone like that. And, you know, Shanquella, she looked like she was a business owner, very beautiful, vibrant young lady, just from what you could see. I mean, you know, sometimes you could just look at certain people and like look at their photos and stuff and just be like, man, you know, these are some good, you know, just a good, wholesome person. Like, look at this person, look at them. And she certainly seems like that, as young as she was, that she was certainly on her way to something that was great. And I certainly hate the fact that this was her fate. But I think that with this situation, we have to just remember that there are actual people tied to this. This ain't a what would you do segment. Okay. These are real life people that are going through real life things. So we just want to take this time to keep the Robinson family in our prayers and pray that justice is served for what happened to this young lady, because I don't care who you with. You should never board a plane to go somewhere and not come home. Okay? Unacceptable. And the people that were there, this is the thing. If nobody knows, okay, and I don't care who you pray to or whatever the case is. In my case, I pray to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay? He knows exactly what happened in Mexico. And I pray that it comes to the light, that justice is served, and that the people that did harm to that young lady, no matter what she did, I don't care, because like I said, it was guys there. The way that woman was whooping that girl, she was hitting on her like she had messed with her man, okay? Even if she did that, okay? If she did whatever she did, she didn't deserve to die from it, okay? And that's the reality of the situation. That is the reality. So I think that is enough on that tonight. Again, we're just going to be keeping the Robinson family uplifted in prayer during this time, and just keeping them in our thoughts, because no one deserves to go out like that whatsoever. So I'm going to take a really quick break, and when I come back, I've got tonight's quote for you. Okay, be right back.
I'm 54, so basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going...
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Hey, y'all, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get into tonight's quote. Yes, Auntie Tracy, prayers are definitely going out for the Robinson family for sure. Thank y'all so much just for kind of chiming in on that, because it was just crazy how it happened. So this quote, like I said, it kind of, all the craziness, all the different things I've been seeing this week, I just felt like that this would totally resonate with my listeners tonight. So here it goes. Allow yourself to let go of the people, thoughts, and situation that poison your well-being. Love yourself enough to create an environment in your life that is conducive to the nourishment of your personal growth. Okay, I'll read it again. Allow yourself to let go of the people, thoughts, and situations that poison your well-being. Love yourself enough to create an environment in your life that is conducive to the nourishment of your personal growth. Okay. It's so important, right? In life, you're going to hear different things. You're going to experience different things. You're going to come in contact with people and different situations that can make you flow against the grain of what you know you should be doing for yourself, so that you can be whole, so that you can be 100%. And a lot of the times you have to filter those things out, and you have to attach the things that are good for you, that are meant for you, that are going to help you, that are going to push you. And then you have to reject, and you have to put aside those things that can, like I said, poison your well-being. So whether if that's your thoughts, your health, your financial status, your spirituality, your mental health, your emotional health, whatever it is, you have to be willing to put those things to the side so that you can cultivate an environment that's going to be good for you. She said that's a message. Absolutely, Auntie Tracy. I just had to share it with y'all. So that is going to be tonight's quote. I want to thank my amazing guest, Miss Erica Lamb from Tax Strategy. You all, please note that Erica's services, anyone that's in need of tax services or tax debt, counseling, she's able to assist in all 50 states. So even if you don't live in the state of Illinois, Erica can help you. So you want to visit yourtaxstrategy.info for more information of how you can work with her. If you're someone that you're needing some help, if you know you ain't filed taxes, okay, I need you to go ahead and get with the tax pros at Tax Strategy, okay? I want to thank her so much for coming on and just providing some really good, relevant insight as we prepare for the upcoming tax year, which I know is y'all favorite time of the year. some big things that are coming up. Of course, we've got Thanksgiving next week. So I hope you all are going to be getting your grub on. Okay. I'm not going live because I will be with family, with the nearest little plate with some mac and cheese. Okay. And a little bit of liqueur. Okay. I'm going to be with family celebrating. So I'm super excited about that. But December 4th, I am going to be a vendor at the holiday pop-up that's hosted by Miss Capri Bowie. I know you all remember her. She came on during the last pop-up to promote. So I'm super excited to go and be a vendor at her pop-up that's going on December 4th. This is going to be happening in Matteson, Illinois. Okay. At the Holiday Inn Convention Center. So you all make sure that you come out. It's going to be from 2 to 6 that day. Come and shop those stocking stuffers. Like, I'm going to have some glasses. I will have, some more jewelry and some different things. I'll actually be releasing my winter collection that day. So I'm super excited about that. And my shoppers that come and shop with me will definitely have some deals that you absolutely cannot refuse. So you all make sure y'all come and check me out. I'm definitely going to have some deals, and I will have some secret promo codes that if you mention them at that time, you can get even more discounts. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and make sure that you're in tune with that. Thank you to my amazing sponsors, Fire Infusions, Black Dollar Days, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and Paris Ice Bar. Okay. And of course, where would I be without our radio partners? Okay. Shout out to Fluent Radio, Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. Okay. And of course, my partners, Be Your Own Kind, BossFluent Entertainment, and the ZWTT, baby. So y'all just make sure you have a beautiful and amazing and blessed holiday. Enjoy the time off. Don't stuff your belly, whatever you feel like you need to do. I hope that you have an amazing, amazing, amazing holiday. And we'll be back after the holiday. I'll be back that first Thursday. We're getting back in tune because I'm super excited about some of the guests that I'll have as we get ready to close out the year. And I tell you what, it's just going to be one for the books. So I love y'all. And until next time, bye.